Human rights are really at the center of the response to HIV. There are so many reasons why we cannot realize the goal of universal access to HIV prevention, treatment, care, and support. Governments have all made a commitment to reaching that goal as soon as possible, but at the same time, there are many laws that create barriers to HIV prevention and that create barriers to care. And there's many populations that we do not consider as having the full human rights, and therefore for them access to HIV prevention and to treatment is not a reality. Let's take the example of prisoners. In many countries, actually in most countries, prisoners have no access to evidence-based HIV prevention. All countries know that there is sexual activity in prisons and that there is most often drug use in prisons. And despite that knowledge, countries refuse to implement condom programs and to provide access to drug dependence treatment and to needle exchange to prisoners. Prisoners have the same right to health as every other people. Prisoners, when they go into prison, they only lose their right to liberty. They don't lose their right to dignity, and particularly they don't lose their right to health, but it is being denied to them by most countries. The same situation applies to people who use drugs in many countries where methadone maintenance is not available, where when they go to needle exchange programs, police may be waiting for them and may arrest them to fulfill arrest quota. I was a director of a needle exchange program in Montreal, Canada, and despite Canada being one of the countries that has quite a lot of programs for people who use drugs, including this needle exchange programs, I often got calls from the staff saying that police was parked in front of the needle exchange center and that the staff had not seen a single client in the last hour or two. So again, the right to access necessary and much needed health measures was denied to these people. And we see this with other populations, whether it's young people who do not have access to education that they need, whether it's women who are being denied property rights and many other rights in many countries. So human rights violations are really driving the epidemic and impeding access to treatment and prevention to people who need that.
For further information on human rights, HIV/AIDS, and to endorse now more than ever the joint statement, visit www.hivhumanrightsnow.org.